at your women crying. Look at your young men dying the way they've always done before.
On September 1st, 1939, the world went to war for the second time in 27 years with the invasion of Poland by Soviet and German forces. By 1940, Nazi Germany had captured Paris, but with the signing of Operation Barbarossa by Adolf Hitler, the Nazi-Soviet alliance had ended, and on December 7, 1941, the U.S. was attacked by the Japanese Imperial Air Force with the bombing of Pearl Harbor. That very same day, President Franklin D. Roosevelt declared war on the Axis powers of Nazi Germany, Imperial Japan, and Fascist Italy. It was at the same time that my great-grandfather, who was in Alaska working at the time, decided to join the U.S. Army and protect his family and freedom.
Pearl Harbor?
Yeah.
I was in Kodiak, Alaska, working on a base,
The
Army. I volunteered for the draft.
Shortly after enlisting, my great-grandfather headed off to boot camp, where he had a different experience than the rest.
What was boot camp like?
Well, it was fairly easy.
Fairly easy. Anything that stood out to you that really were like drill instructor? Were they pretty hard? Or?
Well, everything seems so foolish.
Oh. Okay.
Hard to find a reason for everything.
Yeah.
After graduating from the U.S. Army boot camp, my grandfather became ill and missed his deployment with the original unit he was in.
Is that true?
Yeah, I trained for the ordnance, but I got a fever when I was in Virginia. And the outfit, I was in a hospital, and the ordnance outfit shipped overseas, and I wasn't with them, so I never got back into contact with them. And they needed replacements over in North Africa. This outfit had lost the whole regiment, captured, so it was needed there.
After recovering from his fever in the hospital, my great-grandfather was sent to North Africa as a member of the 34th Infantry Division, better known as the Big Red Bull. Attack, attack, attack is the motto, and that's just what he did.
34th Infantry.
And what was your specific job?
I was a rifleman runner for the captain, for the first job.
As a member of the 34th Infantry Division, my great-grandfather and his division hold the record for longest deployed time in a single wartime setting of 517 days straight of continuous combat.
How long were you overseas for?
2 years, 24 months, and 21 days.
While deployed overseas in North Africa and Italy, my grandfather encountered fierce resistance from the Nazis and Italians. He says that the Nazis were brutal, but the Italian people treated the troops well.
Well, I just thought the Italians were great people, were friendly, and the Germans were pretty brutal.
As a member of the 34th Infantry Division, my great-grandfather had to participate in one of the most bloody and brutal battles of World War II, Mount Pontano in Italy, where the Germans and the Americans would fight hand-to-hand combat in the trenches on the mountain.
Yeah, we was out, we had the battle, and the guys had laid out there in the no man's land for till midnight. Nobody to help them. The medics had been out there and bandaged them up, but that was it. So they asked for volunteers to go out, pick them up. So I volunteered, and we went. This one guy had his whole stomach shot out, and he's hollering, and raising all kinds of hell, wanting a cigarette, and. So I didn't know what to do, so we had those shoulder hazards where you take a half of the canvas and make a tent.
Mm-hmm.
The two guys would make a tent, so they stay in it. And so I took this shoulder half and laid down beside him and covered himself with a little cigarette and let him smoke
Over
it.
the course of 2 years, my grandfather made it all the way from the north tip of Africa all the way up to the Alps of Italy. During this time, he faced brutal combat, and many of which has stuck with him till this day.
Up by Milan, Italy, for the Alps.
By the Alps.
Foot
Interesting.
of the Alps.
So it started in North Africa, made it all the way up to the Alps of Italy.
Yeah.
Long time.
On May 7th, 1945, Germany officially surrendered to the Allies, bringing an end to the European conflict in World War II. General Alfred Jodl, representing the German High Command, signed the unconditional surrender of both East and West German forces that remained.
Everything turned quiet. Never knew silence could be so beautiful. And they announced that we knew it was coming to that because whole regiments or battalions and divisions the Germans would give up.
After the conflict in Europe had ended, my great-grandfather in the 34th Infantry Division headed back home to Texas, where they were stopped at a military base and were en route headed to Japan before the nuclear bomb hit Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
I was in Texas. I just got shipped back on rotation. You had so many points, they just let you out. They had my points figured wrong, so kept me in there. I was going to invade Japan eventually. Went to an amphibious tank outfit in Texas. And just lucky that they dropped the bomb before we had to go.
After the two nuclear attacks on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, World War II ended, and my great-grandfather was honorably discharged. He went back to work as a logger and a construction worker, but the horrors of war still haunted him, and even to this day he still feels the pain of his lost brothers.
For the lumber industry, falling and bucking timber. And I worked some in the mill and mechanic work.
During my interview with my great-grandpa, I learned so much and something new that I never knew before. One thing that he did teach me is that war is never a pretty thing. Though it may be the best way to deal with something, he said it's the most awful thing that he's ever experienced in his entire life, and wished that more people would look towards peace.
I just come to hate war. It's the most barbaric method there is to settle an argument. It's foolish. I think more effort should be put into negotiating for peace.